Welcome, welcome, welcome in, y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in the room. Y'all know how I do it. Come on in the room. Yes, your girl is late, but I'm here. I'm here. I am in here. We're going to have this conversation tonight. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on in the room. We're going to have this conversation tonight. Yes, and y'all remember, once y'all get up in here, y'all speak to me so I can say hey to you and thank y'all for being in here. Because, some people come in and just look and won't even say hey or nothing. I like to, to speak to you. But y'all come on in the room. Yeah, I have one of these boys right now, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Y'all come on, come on, come on, come on, come on in here. Come on in here. Got grandbabies today, this evening, y'all. Come on in here. Come on in here. Today's been a busy day for me, y'all. I had a home going to go to, and oh my gosh, family home going. My kids' auntie passed, went to that, and by the time I got home, I had, it was just, whew. But I'm in here. I'm in here. Come on now. We're gonna have this conversation. Oh, and let me say this: if anybody would like to come up and be a special guest co-host with me tonight, y'all let me know. You let me know. Come on up. But as long as you're willing to, as long as you're willing to talk and share, it's okay. It's okay. But come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here on this Friday night. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. The devil been busy today too, y'all. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on. And y'all know I take notes. I write my notes down and all that kind of stuff. So y'all might see me looking at my paper. Not yes, because I'm not gonna remember everything I want to bring out. No, I don't even. I used to try to do that, but I don't try it no more. No, I don't. No, I don't. Not at all. Not at all. Y'all come on. Come on in here. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I got to take my computer off of standby because it keeps going on standby. And I don't like that. I'm going to wait another minute, then I'm going to go ahead on and get started. I know y'all ain't that busy on a Friday night. Come on in here and sit. Come on in here and sit and have this conversation with your queen. Come on. Come on. Let me go in and take I got to go in and take that, what y'all call it? The standby off because it goes out every 2 minutes and I can't have that. I can't have that. We got a good conversation tonight, y'all. And I'm explaining to y'all how this came about for me to talk about this. Which I said the other night in my live I did, my little brief chit chat live I did. But I'm gonna briefly talk about it. Okay. I'm trying to take the what you call it, grandbaby? The where it goes into standby mode. I'm, I'm trying to take that off my computer because it okay, there it is. Because it comes too quick. Okay. Okay, I did it. All right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome in, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Miss J's Unfiltered Talk Show and Podcast. Yes, and again, my apologies that I'm an hour late, but things happen and I'm here. I'm here. I could have waited till tomorrow, but I said no. I'm gonna come on out here in my studio. We're gonna have this conversation, right? But tonight's conversation is a conversation that it touches a lot of our hearts, and sometimes we don't like to talk about it as well. Okay, so our topic tonight is: do you know your mother's story? Do you know your mother's story? That's the topic tonight. Y'all sprinkle this out. Y'all speak to me. Hey, 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 hey. Do you know your mother's story? Now I can add in there, do you know your mother and slash father's story? I can do that. I can do that. But do you know your mother's story? This is gonna be a powerful conversation, y'all. I promise you that. I promise you that. Gonna be a very powerful conversation. What we got to understand is this. Before she became our mother, you got to understand that she was someone's daughter, and she probably had her own kind of dreams, and I'm pretty sure she had some type of struggles, disappointments, and some wins and some same thing, disappointment, losses, um, but also trauma. She may have had that. Again, do you know your mother's story? Now, I'm not talking about her story when she got with Billy Bob and all this stuff started happening. I'm talking about Mama's story, a little bit as she came out in the womb and as she grew up into her own, as she grew up to her in her family when her mother had her, when her mother had her. I am not talking about when she got with with, with Slick Rick and all this stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your mother's story after she was born and she was raised. Do you know your mother's story? Mm-hmm. Tonight we're going to be talking about how understanding, I want y'all to get this now, how understanding your mother's story may help yours heal. Now I'm gonna say that again for the ones sitting way back in the back saying she got a lot of nerve coming up here an hour late talking about something like this. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it. But if you have a chance to understand your mother's story, that also can help heal yours. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. But let me ask this question. Let me ask you a question. How much do you really know about your mother's life before she came your mother? How much do you know about your mother's life before before she became your mom? How much do you know? How many have asked? How many have asked your mom to tell you her story and sat and listened to it? But see, when you say that question, Mom, tell me your story. Now, if she get to talking about, well, when I was with Slick Rick and he did, no, you don't want to hear that story. You want to hear that story when she was coming up. What was her life like? What was her household like? Hey, Varsha. I said, if anybody want to come up and co-host with me on this tonight, let me know and I'll send the link. That's the kind of, let me see what my baby said. Hey, my love. She has to be willing to share her story. Exactly. Exactly. She has to be willing to share her story. You're right about that, Varsha. And what else we say? We only know what she's willing to talk about. Exactly. Because sometimes it's trauma behind these stories. But you still need to know. Because that's where you're going to get your understanding from all whatever be taking place in your life. A light bulb will come off. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it. Thank you, Varsha, for being in here, my love. Sprinkle it out. Sprinkle it out. Sprinkle it out. My questions I want to ask y'all, my viewers, is this. Did she grow up feeling loved? Did she experience any type of loss or losses? Excuse me. Was she taught how to express love? These are big things, y'all, because a lot of us go be in our with our family, right? And we don't feel love. And we don't feel love from our mother or our father or whoever is raising us. Okay, let me just go on and say it that way. Well, they taught that. That's why I said I ain't talking about what she was going through with Slick Rick. I'm talking about when after she was born and she grew up What is her story? And again, like you said, Varsha, she got to be willing to share it. Okay? Again, a lot of mothers and fathers don't know how to express love to you. And a lot of us walk around in eager, wanting that so bad. A lot of us are walking around, grown people, grown folks, kids too. Some kids are walking around right now not feeling love from their mother because she don't know how to express it. And it's a reason for that. Thank y'all for being in here, my loves. Sprinkle it out, sprinkle it out, sprinkle it out. Y'all put them crown emojis down there. Put them crown emojis up in there. Sometimes we can see the coldness, the anger, or the distance, but it may be connected to wounds that your mother or our mother never had healed. A lot of that stuff is connected to deep hurting wounds that hasn't been healed. And now back then and still now in some black communities and some black families, when we are hurting and we say we need to go through that, ain't nothing wrong with you. See, back then it was really strong. Then ain't nothing wrong with me, and they didn't bother to try to go and see, try to tap in that soul and see what's wrong, because they obviously was taught it's nothing wrong with you, girl, but it really be. Okay? It really be something wrong. It really be. And we also got to understand that many of our mothers, they have carried responsibilities at a very young age. A lot of mothers have carried responsibilities at a very young age, i.e., some became caregivers. Okay? Hey King, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, we're gonna get that. I want you to start getting that thing rolling, okay? At least about 4 people plus you, okay? Yeah, we got to get it rolling. But a lot of our mothers have carried on. They carried on responsibility at a very, excuse me, at a very early age. Now I also said, King, if anybody wanted to come up and help me co-host this tonight, I send the link for anybody that's willing to come up and help me have this conversation. I'm good with it, and y'all just let me know, and I'll send you the link, okay? Um, but some, like I said, some has became caregivers, and back then when our mothers and all was coming up, some may have even experienced being what you call without, being in poverty, being don't have anything, barely had food in the house. That's what I'm talking about. I got a mosquito in here, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Carrying responsibility at an early age can do a lot to a woman as well. Overwhelming, number one. Okay, keep that in mind now. Some survive certain types of abuse. And what about this one right here? Some mothers probably had dreams and all, right? That they never pursued, they put on hold. Now they mad. Now they got a lot of regrets, okay? And it's all because of you why I didn't do my dream. Why I didn't. Y'all feel where I'm coming from with this? Y'all feel where I'm coming from with this, right? A lot of regret. And of course, now I'm not even going to show you. No, I'm not even going to let you feel that I love you. Regrets. You the reason why. But again, do you know your mother's story? Okay? Oh wow! Happy heavenly birthday to my mom today. Yes, chill. Yes, chill. Happy heavenly birthday to your mother today. Yes, yes, yes. She would be so proud of you, man. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Thank you for putting that up there. Now, if I would have known beforehand, I would have shouted it out. Because I haven't been on Facebook that much there because I had a home going to go to and all that, came back home dealing with grandbabies and all. So I really haven't been on Facebook that much. Just enough to let everybody know I was going to be late coming on because I knew stuff I had to handle before I came out into the studio. But if I would have known beforehand, I would have went on and shouted that out, my love. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. No problem. Happy heavenly birthday to your mother. Mm, yes, to your mother. As I stated, some may have dreams and all. They never had a chance to do. They never had a chance to do. They never had a chance to do. But now, let's don't get this thing twisted now. That doesn't excuse any type of harmful or mistreated behavior that they give out either. But what it will do is it will help you be able to understand where the behaviors are coming from. Okay? Do you know your mother's story? Okay? Y'all know it's a method to my madness, right? And I be intentional with anything that I do. It's a reason why I'm discussing this. When we talk to our mothers and we see our mothers just acting all kind of ways, we just don't understand. But understanding someone's story doesn't mean accepting everything bad that they have done to you or they have did in life. It don't mean accepting all that now. It don't. I appreciate you, Queen. I know you do. I miss her tremendously. Can't wait for this conversation. Wow. Like I said, if anybody want to come up, want to come up, y'all let me know. I'll send you the link. Y'all join in. Help me co-host. Y'all be my co-host, okay? Again, that does not excuse the bad behavior, okay? But what it means is, in layman's term, and it's the word they use in layman's term, it really means that you're actually going to be able to see the full picture now. Now that you're getting your mother's story. When she's ready to talk about it. But you got to provoke it. You got to bring it up. Okay? You got to bring it up. Now, again, you can't say, well, I know her story because I lived it. Now you didn't. Now you didn't. You lived in the environment that she presented to you in y'all household. But what about, I'm telling you now, what about her household when she was coming up? I already know my mama's story because I lived there for 15, 20 years before I got out of the house. Now you don't. That's not her story. Are y'all getting this? I hope so. I hope so. But sometimes we got to tell ourselves and say to ourselves, healing begins when we stop asking, what was she like? What was my mother like? But you need to start asking, what happened to my mother? What happened to my mother that have her acting this way? That have her barely talk to us all day, barely conversate with us all day for years. Come home, cook, go to work, come home. No kiss good night, no tucking in the bed. What happened to my mother? Instead of asking, what was my mother like? You need to be asking, what happened to my mother? I hope y'all getting this. I hope I'm not boring anybody. Now, we asking what happened because here we go. I'm going to bring it up. We talking about generational trauma. Generational trauma. Y'all might not believe it, but that exists. It exists. It exists. It does. If that's a word. It exists. It really does. And see, trauma, it doesn't always start with us. Many families never talk about mental health, abuse, abandonment, grief, nothing like that. And I'll be very honest, in the black community, in the black household, no, we show you better not say, I think I need to go to a therapist. You better not. You might have to pick your teeth up off the floor. Because first thing they're gonna tell you, ain't nothing wrong with you. What goes in this house stays in this house. And that's where a lot of problems start right there. What goes on in this house stays in this house. A lot of abuse took place and nobody knew nothing about it. Nobody knew nothing about it. Heartbreak happened. Huh? Heartbreak happened to my mom. Wow. 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 See, you know your mother's story. You know your mother's story. Mm. Loving someone who doesn't love you. Exactly. Now, a lot of us dealing with that right now, but still staying right there. But still staying right there. You know you in the loveless marriage or in the loveless relationship for the past 15 years, but still staying right there. You better know your worth. You better know your worth. I'm so sorry about that, Chill. But a lot of us do not like to talk about mental health now is rampant in families now. All families now. It's so much mental health issues going on right now with people. I mean, it literally have me scared. I be wanting to go to community stuff and everything, but I'm so scared. No, I get my clothes on, say I'm going. That's why I say I ain't going nowhere because I'm scared that somebody might come through and start shooting or something. And then that thing that they're talking about, it all on news, they didn't take their medicine. Really? Oh my God, they didn't take their medicine. Are you serious? Well, we never talked about mental health or grief or abandonment. And see, that's another thing. You never know your mother's story. Your mother may have been abandoned, but she never talked about it. And now she don't even have the motherly skills that she needs. Because your mother may have been a type of child as she grew up when she was abandoned, went from house to house, foster care to foster care. And honestly, I'm just gonna say it: a lot of foster homes just doing it for the money. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Not some of them not even trying to teach the children that teach them nothing as they're growing up. Not even trying to teach the little teenagers about personal hygiene. Not even trying to teach the 16-year-old if they didn't got pregnant. Not even trying to teach them how to be a good mother. Just because you're 16, you still can be a good mother. Not even trying to do that. They getting a check. Yeah, I said it. Oh, shut up, Google. See how I know the Google is? I'm talking too loud. I think that's what it is. But it's sad. A lot of parents, a lot of mothers may have abandonment issues real bad. They don't know. But again, have you asked your mother's story? Have you asked your mother's story? Now, what I want to ask y'all, do you think some family behaviors get passed down from generation to generation? Y'all let me know the truth. What y'all think? Yes or no? Do you think family behaviors get passed down from generation to generation? Let's be honest. Put in the comments what y'all really think. Let's go. Put in the comments. I do. I do. I've witnessed it. Mm-hmm. Ended up just like them. But at that time, I couldn't put the connection that was generational. I couldn't at that time. I wasn't woke to know about the generation of this and the generation of that. I just saw where they went right in the same direction, did the same thing, committed the same offense, just about at the same age. Yeah, but again, I wasn't woke enough to know that that was generational. But I know now. Okay, I know now. I know now. Won't leave until to fire. Yeah, bomb. Yeah, yeah. That part here. That part. Now we also got to think about what about those mothers. What about those mothers? Uh oh. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Hold on. That's my fault. I'm coming back, y'all. Hold on. I hit the wrong button. I'm coming back, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Let me get my computer back on, y'all. I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. I hit something and it turned my camera off. Let me get back to where I was at. Tell that conversation was getting good. Thank y'all for staying with me. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. All right. So as I was talking about, thank y'all so much for waiting in here with me, y'all. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm sweating there, y'all. Whew. I had to fix my camera. But as I was stated, sometimes our mothers be carrying and be struggling emotionally. Sometimes our mother be struggling emotionally. Okay? And believe it or not, it's being a mother, it's a whole lot of burden in that. It is. And a lot of us be carrying that emotional burden. And just think of somebody that's 19 years old. Back then they 19 years old and they got 5 children or 4 children. You see what I'm saying? Or 2 children. Emotional burden. Okay, or while raising their kids. They love them, but it's an emotional draining burden. A lot of mothers be carrying that. Again, do you know your mother's story? Again, thank y'all for waiting for me. I really appreciate that, y'all. I hit something wrong. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate that. Do you know your mother's story? And then sometimes a mother can love their children deeply, but they still gonna struggle to show affection. They love you, but they just don't know how to, like I was saying earlier, they don't know how to show you affection. They don't. See, struggling emotionally, struggling emotionally. That happens. Love you, love you so much, but they not showing no affection. They don't tuck you to bed. They don't read. They don't sit down on the weekends with you and read a story to you. You see what I'm saying? Showing you no affection. They love you. They love they and they'll probably give their life for you, but they don't know how to show you affection. They don't know how to do that, and it's a reason for that again. Now, where they taught that. What is your mother's story? And do you know your mother's story? Do you know your mother's story? That's the question. I keep asking, do you know your mother's story? And then let's talk about how and why do some mothers they seem so distant, right? They seem so distant. And they become distant and become hard. Why? It's a reason for that. It's a reason for that. Hold on, let me read comments. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a reason for that. Why some women become hard or distant. Now you got to ask yourself and understand life experiences. Number one, life experiences can cause us women, to build emotional walls. We're gonna do that. We are so fragile, but we so strong, but yet and still we're so fragile. Life experiences. But remember, I said once you get the connection and you understand your mother's story, it's gonna become clear to you. It's gonna become clear why so and so and so and so and so is going on with her. Why right here she done become distant and hard, walking on eggshells, scared to even say anything to her. It's a reason for that. But once you get your understanding of her story, it's gonna click. It's gonna click. What, Abel? Do you appreciate your mother's story? Exactly. There you go, Chill. Do you appreciate your mother's story? You supposed to. And sometimes if they get to telling you about it, remember you ask. You ask for that pain that she's getting ready to come off her and give to you. Because a lot of mothers are walking around holding so much pain that happened in their life. And that may be a reason why they don't want to sit and tell you what they went through. Because as the child, and you listening to your mother tell you, and especially if it's the truth, and tell you what she went through, tell you how she was abandoned, tell you how she went into the 4 or 5 different foster homes, tell you about out of the 4 or 5 foster homes she went into, 3 of them she was molested. You see what I'm saying? In the foster care system. Tell you about how they used to beat her with extension cords. See, she's sitting there telling you that. But you got to understand, she's releasing that emotional pain now, but she's giving it to you. As that child, you sitting there, oh my gosh, in your mind, not verbally saying, but in your mind being like, oh my gosh, my mother went through this, but yet and still, She raised all four of us, five of us, six of us, 10 of us. None of us had never been in jail, blah, 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 blah. But that's what your mother went through. Again, do you know your mother's story? Do you know your mother's story? And then sometimes we may feel like what looks like coldness may actually be what I just told you, unresolved pain. I did a talk show a couple months ago about physical pain versus emotional pain. You'll be surprised how many of us, are men too, are walking around holding that emotional pain. And now, and the thing about this, y'all, the thing about emotional pain, the first part of the body that it attacks the most is the stomach. Did y'all know that? If you didn't, you know now. That's why a lot of us, some of us, be having stomach aches, going all to the doctor. Children have. I'm getting ready to say something. Children having stomach aches for months or a year, going back and forth to the doctor. They can't find out the wrong. Something is going on. It's emotional pain from something. But y'all forget that. But y'all forget that. Chill said, appreciate the grind, the struggle, and strength. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, Chill. Thank you for your comment. Some women hold it because they don't want you to have resentment towards the people that wronged her. There you go. You got some that said, no, I can't tell my children this. I can't tell them their aunt or uncle did this to me that they think so much of, that they be going and spend the night with. I can't tell my children this. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. But again, by you not knowing all this stuff that you seen your mother go through, all these so-called bad things she's doing to y'all, fussing with y'all, cussing y'all out, popping you in the mouth, spanking you with extension cords and belts and all that, until you understand, you're not going to understand. I hope y'all get that. I hope you get that. But what looks like coldness may actually be unresolved pain, y'all, from your mother. Unresolved pain. You don't understand why all of a sudden your mother was fine. 10 years passed, now she's drinking. Her drinking go from 1 to 2 glasses of wine. Oh, now it's Hennessy now. And it's Hennessy every night. But see, you don't know what that trigger may have been. Hello. You don't know what that trigger may have been that started that drinking trail now. Because you don't know her story. Hope y'all understanding this. Hope y'all really understanding this. So what I want to ask, have you ever learned something about your mother that made you, let me see, I said, have you ever found out something about your mother and it was true and that made you look at her in a whole different way? Good or bad? Yes or no? Put in the comments. Have you ever learned something about your mother that made you see her in a whole different way? Good or bad? Good or bad? Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this part right here. When we are dealing with mothers, daughters, and son relationships, I gotta talk about this. I got to talk about this. I gotta talk about it. I got to. Remember I told y'all when I first started, healing begins when you seek understanding. Now, I'm going to say that again. Healing begins when you seek understanding, and having those honest conversations and putting boundaries can help. You got to have boundaries. I don't care who it is. You got to have boundaries. You got to have them honest conversations and setting up them honest boundaries. Whether it's your children, your daughter, your son, your mama, your daddy, your brother, your grandma, you got to have boundaries and have those honest conversations. You got to do that, right? You got to do that. But see, if you don't understand, you can't heal. If you have not still got no type of understanding, you're not going to be able to heal. You're not. You're not going to be able to heal. And how you going to know that you got that fully understanding? Because you're going to feel peace. It's going to be a feeling that come over you like, wow. A light bulb going to finally come off in your head. Like, wow, that explains it. Yeah, that explains it. That's how you're going to know. That's how you're going to know. Let me look at my comments. Being an only child, I had a front row seat to everything. Excuse me. And my mother is on the child, and that's what she used to say to me. She was saying everything. Again, do you know your mother's story? Being the only child, my mother definitely said, I remember my mother used to tell me that. She saw a lot as a child and as a teenager and as a grown person. She saw a lot. Like you said, front and center. She saw a lot, being the only child. Sure did. Now, I want to hear from y'all that's watching and y'all that's going to be watching the replay. Has learning more about your mother changed how you see her? If you learned the truth about your mother, has it changed how you see her? And what is one thing you wish you knew about your mother? What is one thing you wish you knew? What is one thing you wish you didn't know, about your mother? Put in the comments if you want to share. If you don't, no problem. No problem. But do you know your mother's story? And has learning her story. If you listening live, and if you watching the replay, and you really know your mother's story, like I said, I ain't talking about the story she telling you when she was with Slick Rick, and he used to beat upside her head. Now, I ain't talking about that story. I'm talking about that story when she was born, and how her household was with her mama and her daddy, her other siblings. That's the story I'm talking about. I ain't talking about that one with Slick Rick. I ain't talking about that one. That added on to whatever she went through in the mom and dad in them household. Okay? Let's just be honest. My mom could never do any wrong, and that's right. That's right. That's right. Could never do wrong in my eyes. I know, Chill. I know. I know. Now, I'm getting ready to close this out. But I want y'all to remember this. Yeah, I'm having a flash right now. Show is. Whew. I want y'all to remember this. Number one, our mothers, they are not perfect. They are and were women with stories. Some stories are filled with sadness. Some stories are filled with a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Mm, wow. And sometimes, I told y'all, and repeated, I'm going to repeat it again. Sometimes understanding your mother's story may be the key to healing yours. Why are you acting the way you're acting? Generational, right? Why are you acting the way that you're acting? Why you treat your children the way that your mama used to treat you? Y'all get that? Why you doing that? Do you know your mother's story? You got to get the understanding of her story for that light bulb to go off in your head. But again, understanding your mother's story could be the key to healing yours. Because if you see yourself, if you look in that mirror one day and you say, wow, I'm beginning to act just like my mama. Why? Why? As you was coming up, your mother was raising you. What did you see? What did you see? There we go. See? There we go. Right there. There we go. There we go, Chia. There we go. What did you see? What did you see? See, I could talk about me. I I was on that car when my mom was driving and drinking and hit the tree. See, I was in the car as a child. I remember that very well. But again, at 13 years old, I didn't know my mama's story, but I know it was something that was going on that every time I turned around, she was drinking and driving and rapping poles. Cause let me tell you something. Let me put this down there, cause I gotta get on my soapbox now, cause y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. I keep it 100 up here. I don't care if anybody watch this and get mad, cause I'm talking. Damn it, yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit now. Sure live. Let me say this. Let me say this. As a child growing up and seeing alcoholism a lot, okay, drinking a lot. Let me put it that way. Drinking a lot. As a child, right now when I look at my arm, I still see it. Getting hit with extension cords, clothes hangers. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's the truth. But again, I didn't know in my mind to ask myself, well, this must be the way my mom was taught how you discipline a child. But that was the wrong way. That was the wrong way. I could talk about myself. But yes, I do know my mother's story. Let me tell y'all how this came about. And this was a whim, this was an impromptu, and what you call impromptu, whatever. This was an um, impromptu live. Because I really was going to do it next week, to tell you the truth. But 2 days ago, I was having a conversation with one of my daughter-in-laws. And we was talking about something like this, of this nature. And she came up and she said, well, you know, the sad part about it is I don't even know. I never knew my mother's story. And a light bulb came in my head. And she what you call, what's that word? She talked more about it. Let's just say it. Let's just say it away. She expanded on what she meant by that, right? So as she was talking, and I was sitting there thinking, I was telling her, I said, "Wow," I said, "You know what? I got to go talk about this," and that's why I named it. Do you know your mother's story? Because she was stating if she knew her mother's story, she think things would have been a whole lot better between them. See, here we go again. That mother and daughter and son bouncing back and forth because you don't know their story. You don't know. I knew I wanted to come and talk about this. I saw the drinking. I saw it. I got the spankings with the extension cord and the clothes rack. I remember that. But again, I didn't know my mother's story. I didn't know and my mother's the only child. I did not know her story. I didn't know what was going on with her in their household that had her the way she was. But something did. But something did. But back then, I would have never thought to ask my mama, Mama, why? But I know now. How I know now, because even before this conversation, I had a conversation with my mother. I did. God knows I did. That's a God knows truth. I did. Like I said, but not even before this live right here. This was several years ago, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I had a conversation with my mother. I did. And I know her story. And that was why I was able, when we had that conversation, hear my hand of God, I did it. When we had that, I'm saying that in case of my sisters, them see this live, hey, it is what it is. But, or nieces and nephews, it is what it is. But when I had that conversation with my mama, that was when I was able to look my mother in her face and tell her, I forgive you. At that time, she didn't know what I was forgiving her for. And I just sort of broke it down a little bit, this and that, the spankings, because I know what was going on. I can't, now let me say this, I can't say what was going on with my other sister. I don't know. But I know what was going on with me. Okay? But I was able to look my mother in her face and hug her and tell her that I forgive you for what you did, the couple of things that you did. Because at the time, I didn't understand why this was happening. I didn't understand why all of a sudden when you won't drink and all of a sudden you started. But as me and you sitting here talking now, you're talking about in my late 40s. You see what I'm saying? I said, I'm sitting here 40-something years old. We having this conversation, Mom. I appreciate that. I asked my mama why. That's how it all started, the conversation. And then it led into this blah, 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 blah. It led into that. It led into that. So I never harbored ill feelings toward my mother. Never. But I didn't understand the parenting. That's the word. I didn't understand that. Again, do you know your mother's story? Do you know why you probably don't understand why your mother don't help you with homework, make you go in there and do it by yourself? Hello. She wasn't taught that. Obviously. Do it on your own. Or it could be where she's sitting there and she's ashamed because she can't read good. Do you know your mother's story? But as children or as going to college, we sitting there thinking they ain't interested in what we trying to learn in school. It don't have to be that. But see, you don't know her story. I hope somebody's getting this. Because y'all know me, I'm very transparent. I'm very transparent. I just threw this show together the past 2 days because I knew I was going to do it. I not supposed to be doing it next week, but I said not. No, I gotta go. It was just in my spirit to go on and talk about this. I knew I was late coming up here, but I'm up here. But you gotta understand their story, and I understand my mother's when she was telling me. When she was telling me again, just like Varsha stated, they gotta be willing. They gotta be willing and wanting to share it, regardless how horrible it may have been. Let me look at my Teddy said, I love this. I really need this. Exactly. Thank you. I'm so glad. But we got to start asking our parents, mama or daddy, tell me how did you grow up? I want to know the good and bad. And now keep in mind, you're asking for them to release that pain on you. When you ask them to share that story. And if they tell you I'm not ready to talk about it, don't force it. Don't force it. It'll come. It'll come. And then when it comes, that's where your understanding gonna click in. Because as my mother was talking with me, light bulbs were going off of my head left and right. That explains it. I'm saying to myself, wow, that explains it. But at 10, 12, 13 years old, 9 years old, I didn't understand. But as she was talking to me, as she, y'all, I was trying not to do this, y'all, but I'm sorry. I gotta get me something to drink. I'm sorry. Cause I just feel like this rude. I'm sorry. But as she was talking with me, light bulbs start going off in my head. Ding, 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 ding. Now that's why. That's why she started drinking like she was doing. Yeah. Yeah. I made the connection. I made a connection. And I'm so glad I did. I was in my 40s when this happened. I was in my middle 40s. Now I'll be 64 in July the 6th. But I was in my middle 40s, late 40s when this happened. I remember. And I'm glad we had that conversation. And I would never, and I told her I would never hold no resentment towards you. Because you was only doing what you knew. And what you was taught and what you seen. That's what we call what? Learned behavior. Ding, 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 ding. That's what we call learned behavior. I hope this is helping somebody. Y'all get some nuggets. Y'all get some nuggets. So have that conversation. If you had an aunt that raised you and things were just all out of whack or whatever, ask your aunt to tell you her story. I mean, for example, somebody happened to your mom at birth or something like that, and your aunt raised you, for an example. Ask your aunt, because that's your mama. Ask their story. Ask do they mind sharing their story. And again, you don't want to hear that one she talking about Slick Rick. How Slick Rick was cheating all on her, how she caught Slick Rick with women. No, we don't want to hear that one. We want to hear about when you were raised, when you was raised. How was your household? What did you see in your home? What did you learn from your home that you brought in here on us? And it was wrong. That's what you want to ask. Because again, once you get some understanding, and once you find out your mother's story, that can start healing yours. Because I can guarantee you can look at yourself in the mirror and you can say it yourself, Lord, I'm beginning to be just like my mama. Hello. Now, and if you said that to yourself, why? What will make you say that to your own self? Wow, man, I'm beginning to be just like my mom. Why? Because it's something you don't know about. It's something you don't know about. Exactly. Parents have to show all their scars. Exactly. Now, see, now the thing with the scars with me, I feel like anybody that has scars, whether, now this is my opinion, whether, my crown cricket, whether it's physical scars or emotionally scarred. Y'all know I can't talk sometimes. Emotionally scars. Them scars tell your story. Every scar you have, especially physical and even emotionally, some emotional scar can tell your story. That scar you see on your arm got a story behind it. That scar on my arm got a story behind it. So a lot of us sometimes be shamed to show your scars. Let me say this. Show your scars. Show them. Especially you went through that storm with them scars and got them scars going through that storm and you came out of that storm, you better show them scars with pride. Because I told you, each one of them physical scars and emotional scars got a story behind it. Don't be ashamed to show your scars. Don't be ashamed of that. And a lot of parents are ashamed. A lot of parents are ashamed to sit down and tell you that they didn't have no guidance on how to be a parent. That their mom or dad was gone all the time. Left them home to raise the other two children. Because their mom and dad was in the street all the time. They shame. Remember I said how some mothers become caretakers at an early age? They busy raising, sometimes they're raising their younger sister and brother. They're carrying that around. But again, until you know your mother's story, you're not going to fully understand. You're not going to fully understand all them things that she was doing. All that yelling at you. All that talking loud, but you think she fussing at you. But now see, that's me. Let me talk about me. Because I tell my kid, I talk loud. I do. And I know when my kids were coming up, they would say, Mom, why you fussing? I'd be like, no, I'm not fussing. I talk loud. But it will make that person or my kids think I'm fussing at them. But what I've learned to do over the years is catch myself. When I catch myself, my tone getting loud, I bring it down. Because I never, even they're grown now, I never want them to think I'm trying to argue. But my tone and my loudness when I talk, because I just talk loud, which I do. But if somebody was passing through, they might think I'm in here crazy talking to myself. But if they pass my studio and if they could hear me in here, they'd be like, wow, she fussing with somebody because I talk loud. But I do now, past couple of years, I try to catch myself. I say to myself, okay, let me slow it down. And mentally I say to myself, okay, let me start over. Just like I catch myself, if I'm not saying a word good, first thing I say to y'all, wait a minute, let me start over because I'm talking too fast. I mentally say that to myself. I do the same thing if I see that I'm getting loud with my grandchildren or with my kids. I raised myself. Thank God for his protection. Look at there. Look at there. Look at God. And you ain't the only one, chill. It's so many that raise themselves and is ashamed to say it. Thank you for being transparent for that. Thank you for being transparent to that. Because you done had to share that. Thank you for saying that. And it's a lot of people same way. raise themselves for one circumstance or another. Maybe the mother was out there in the street, you know what I'm saying? They 9, 10 years old trying to fend for themselves, trying to fix something to eat. You see what I'm saying? Yes. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you being honest with that. I really do. I really do. But I want y'all to really take in what I said tonight. Take in what I said tonight. Please do. Please do. Cause it matters. Your mother's story is it matters. Believe it or not. And once you find out about it, and once you hear it, it's gonna make a whole lot of sense. It really is. It's gonna make a whole lot. Let me see if I got any more comments. And honestly, it can go the same way for a father. You don't know your father's story. You don't know why your mother or your father been just they so hard on you. You don't know their story. You don't know. You don't know. I'm just gonna be fair. You don't know your father's story either. Why he don't want you? Why he gonna keep you in the house? Why he don't want? You don't know their story. You don't know his story because men go through hell too. Growing up, let's just keep it 100. Men go through hell too. They do. They go through abuse too. They sure do. They go through abuse too. My book will tell it all exactly. That's right now. That's right. Come on with it. Come on with it. Well, again, sometimes understanding your mother's story may be the key to healing yours, right? So I'm ending tonight. I got my granddaughter. She's over there on her phone. That's the teenager one. She's in here with me. My dad never talked to me about his dad. Not surprised. See, it's a reason. Chill. It's a reason for that. It's a reason for that. It's a reason for that. And I'm going to have a conversation with you, Chill, off camera before the weekend is over with about this right here. About this right here. But it's a reason for that. Again, you don't know your father's story neither. What did he go through in his home? What did he see with his eyes in his home? I ain't talking about when he got with Sally Mae and all. No, 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 no. In his home, what did he see? What was he around? What happened to him? Did something happen to him? Did something happen to him? You got to know their story. And I'm going to say this in a roundabout way. Sometimes it's getting to the point where it's time to have that tough conversation. That one where you look in the eye to eye and have that tough conversation. That one where tears may have to fall down your face. But that question, why? And then the truth be told, why? Now, when you have them kind of conversations, you got to be ready for it because you're asking for it. You got to receive it. But it's time to have that tough conversation. You know that one that been putting off for a long time, that's been burning up in here, it's time to have that conversation. It's time to have it. And as they used to say, let the chips fall as they may. But it's time to have that conversation. That one that you've been putting off 10 years ago. Have that tough conversation. But again, that magic, hurtful word is why. And you gotta be ready for the real truth. You gotta be ready for the real truth. See, the real truth might come like this right here, as an example, for some people. It might be, Ma, I just want to know why did you abandon me? Why you gave me up? Why you didn't want to be around me? Because I didn't want you. I didn't want to have nothing to do with you. Listen, I didn't want to have nothing to do with you and I didn't want you. But here we come with this. At that time I didn't. But now as you got older, I started wanting to try to find you. I started wanting my baby. So you see how that sound right there? Because I didn't want you. I didn't want to have nothing to do with you. Now that pause come, but then they come with at that time. But as you started getting old, and I got to thinking, wait a minute now, it's time you go try to find my daughter. That's that tough and hard conversation. And it might be one that somebody had with somebody, and something similar that come out of their mouth, you gonna have to sit in it, and they gonna have to sit in it and deal with it. See, because you're asking the question, why? And again, remember how I said sometimes mothers don't know how to show love? Men, the same way. The same way. It could be a reason for that. Nobody never showed them or her. Nobody never gave them affection. Nobody never gave them affection when they came through the door from school. Hey, baby, you got your report card today? Let me see your report card. Oh, you did good. Wait a minute, let me look at my pocket thinking I give you something. See, nobody never did that to them. Now, how you going to expect them to do that to you? Man or woman, mother or father, when that wasn't done to them. They didn't see that in their home. What they saw, well, look, get in there and do your homework. Well, Mom, my report card need to be signed. I'm not signing, you sign it. I ain't trying to do all that. That kind of stuff. I hope somebody listening to me. That kind of stuff. This is what they seeing in their home. Don't know how to tell you I love you. That won't say it to them. So how him or her gonna fix their mouth to be able to say it to you? How can they say it to you when it never was said to them or showed to them? Let that sit there a little bit. See, you can't dish out what wasn't dished to you. Hey, my love. Hey, thank you for coming in here. Thank you, Laurie. Oh my God, chill. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just want the truth. Yes, I just want the truth. Exactly. I'm teared out. I just want exactly. And that's what you go get. That's that hard conversation. Now don't get me wrong. When I said I had that conversation with my mom, it was hard for me. But just so it was, I guess it was the right time. It was the right timing. But when you ask that truth, same thing I tell my grandchildren. Am I right now, grandbaby? What I'm getting ready to say? Sometimes when you ask something, you got to be ready for the truth. Ain't that right? She's shaking her head, yeah. Sometimes you got to be ready for the truth and be ready to sit in it. It may hurt you. It may come out your mom or your dad's mouth that I didn't want no child. I really didn't. So no, I didn't want to get in contact with you. No, I wasn't trying to find you. See that kind of talk. But see, you ready to go? Okay. Don't lock the front door now, cause we're going through the back. No, we're going through the front. Go through the front. But that kind of talk is parents when you sit and ask them questions like that, and you tell them just tell me the truth. See, cause this thing right here, when you got your mama in front of you and you grown, see, we're looking at two grown people now. Yeah, we're looking at mama and we're looking at daughter. Two grown people. Now we're gonna have this grown conversation now. Same thing if you sitting in front of your daddy and you're a daughter and you want to know, Daddy, why did you leave me? Daddy, why did you leave us? Daddy, why did you leave us and go with that woman that stayed 10 miles from us? You right down the street from, now I know somebody really did this too. You right down the street from us, you would drive past with her children in the car, and you wouldn't even come over here and say now to us, why did you do us that way? Now you got to be ready for him to come out and tell you the truth. And that truth could sound like, because I did not want you. I did not want you. And I told your mother that. She was trying to make me be with her. See, that come on, I'm just being real. I'm just being real. See, that kind of talk. Now what got to happen? You got to sit. Now, see, I don't need to get up. I ain't trying to hear this. You got to sit in that. You can't get mad at him or her when you asking for the truth. Now, once you get that truth, this is the thing. Here we go. Social worker in me now coming out. What you got to do now, you got to decide what you want to do with it. You got to decide what you want to do with it. Him or her, they done told you crying your eyes out. They hurting you. But they telling you the truth because you asked. Now the same thing, vice versa. They ask you to tell the truth of your feelings, how you feel about me then and how you feel about me now. Tell it. See, because they're asking you to tell the truth too. We got two grown people sitting right there. And okay, here we go. Let me tell y'all what my grandmama told me about, and I did it. And y'all listen now. It's called, I talked about it a long time ago on my talk show. I just thought about it. It's called having a lights out conversation. This is a conversation that you pick a room, pick a weekend. Nobody, the kids gone. Kids gone. Nobody there. You and her. Or you and the person. You pick a time. But make sure nobody ain't there. You pick a room that you're going to go in. Mainly nighttime. Let it be nighttime. Turn that light out. Now what you going to do? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to allow you to ask me 3 hard questions that you really want to know the truth about. And I'm going to answer them to you. Answer them for you. Vice versa. That he may tell me, I'm just going to give you 1 question. Okay, either way, I'm asking you 3. Okay? Now what you do, you ask, if you're in there with your mom or your daddy, and you say, and he say, Daddy might say to you, daughter, or you, son, I'm gonna let you ask me 2 hard questions. Now you gotta go with that. You can't say, no, why 2? I want to ask you more than that. That's not the point of that. You in that room, lights out, ask me 2 or 3 hard questions that you really want me to tell you the truth about. That's been burning in your soul. Now, same thing, vice versa. They might ask you, I'm going to give you, you tell them, I'm going to give you a question or 2 questions, whatever. You do the same thing. The point of this is, Once you done got in that room and everything is said, your feelings is hurt. You got snot all on your nose because it done hurt your feelings so bad. Daddy done hurt your feelings so bad, daughter or son. Mama done hurt your feelings so bad. Mama, daughter, son. Husband done hurt your feelings so bad. Wifey, you done hurt husband feelings so bad. Whatever. Once that stuff is over and done with, you're done with it. You're done talking about it or fussing about it. Not fighting. Fussing about it. Get your face together. Get your snot all off your face. But when you turn that light switch back on, when you walk out of that room, that's where it stays in. You don't talk about it no more. Now, I did that. My grandmama told me this years ago. I did that. God knows I did. I did it. I did it. You leave it in that room. And when came up out of there, nothing else never been talked about no more, period. You got your answer. I got my answer. Daddy got his answer. Everything. That's called a lights out conversation. And that thing called why, chill, gonna eat you up until you find out. It's sitting right there in your soul, baby. It's sitting right there in your soul. And you're gonna have to pick that phone up and say, we need to talk. Face to face. Let me take you to dinner. Or let's go for a ride. Let's go in Walmart parking lot, park way off, up on a nice little shaded tree. We're gonna have I need to have this conversation. Man to man. Because that word why, it will eat us up. Why? Just like when we lose a loved one, what's the first thing we say? I'm waiting. When we lose a loved one, what is the first thing that we say? I'm waiting. Exactly. Why? Why? When we lose a loved one, that is the first thing that we say, that we ask why. We want to know. And that thing called why, when we done lost a loved one, sit in our soul the rest of our life. Because we still wondering why. Come on now. We still wondering why. You get a particular diagnosis, why me? Come on now. It's sitting right there in your soul. Lord, why me? That thing, that 3-letter word, why? It will put you in all kind of binds until you get your answer. Until you get your answer. Let's just keep 100 until you get your answer. It gotta be done. It gotta be done. It got to be done. Because it's going to sit and burn and burn and burn and burn. You'll be surprised how we walk around wondering why this, why that, why my daddy didn't want me, why my daddy left us, why this, why my dad used to beat on my mama all the time. I want to ask him that. Why, Daddy, why did you always beat on my mama? And when he tell me his reason, I got my answer. That thing called why. But see, you'll be surprised how you keep walking around. A lot of us walk around with why. You'll be surprised all our aches and pains that we having in our body. Because we're holding. We're holding. I'm going to tell y'all how I know about that. Let me share something with y'all. Because y'all know I just keep 100 with y'all. How I know how our body holds pain, and we get a lot of our aches and pains and all. The stomach is from my therapist. Hello. Yes, I did. I told y'all. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. I shared how 8, 9 months ago I sat right out here in the studio. Yeah, about 10 months ago I sat right here in the studio for 6 months, 3 days a week. Talked to my therapist. hmm I had to. I had to. I had to get my mental right. It's the truth. It's the truth. That's how I know about the stomach aches, the back aches, the joints, holding. Mm-hmm. Have to release it. You have to release it. Having them tough conversations, it's going to release it. Be surprised if you're having stomach aches, back aches, can't hardly eat, or you're eating and you're feeling full already after 2 spoonfuls. I learned a lot. Them 6 months, 3 days out of the week, 6 months. Sure did. I am not ashamed of that. Will never be ashamed of that. Will never be. But you got to find out why. It's time to stop asking yourself why. You got to have that conversation. You got to have it. Nothing is going to get resolved until you have that conversation. So if anybody out there got that why going on, it's time to have the conversation. You're grown. It's the way you talk to people. It's the way to talk to people. It is. It's the way you talk with people. But you're not gonna do it. It's not gonna get any better. Each year that goes past, that word why, them letters ain't gonna change. Is it? Nope. It's still gonna be WHY. Them letters not gonna change. Each year that go past, not gonna change that word why. And it's not gonna change why it's sitting right there in the pit of your stomach. Tossing and turning sometimes, can't hardly sleep. Cause you're still wondering why. You got to have that conversation. Anybody that's dealing with that, you got to have that conversation. And I promise you, once you have that conversation and you get your information and you get your results, man, it's gonna feel like 200 elephants done came off your body. It's gonna feel like 200 elephants came off you. It's gonna feel like you're gonna have a new walk of life because you finally got it up and out. Why? But again, you gotta ask yourself, what is your mother's story? Or what is your father's story? Again, maybe they didn't know. Maybe, again, I'm going to say it again. Maybe they won't talk all of this kind of stuff. So they couldn't show it to you. Because they won't taught it. And like I said, it's teenagers, I'm pretty sure right now, going through this. Feeling like their mother or father don't love them because they don't show them no type of affection. Or has never told them that they love them. I can imagine how they feel. That your parent or parent has never said the words, I love you. Or have never hugged you. They can't, I'm going to say it again, they can't do what they probably wasn't shown. So how I'm going to mimic what I didn't see? I'm just gonna be stern like I saw my mama do. I ain't gonna be hugging y'all. Y'all see what I'm talking about? I hope I'm helping somebody. Yeah, I'm talking tonight. I'm talking tonight, chill. I'm sorry. I told you I was gonna get on my soapbox. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I know about them whys, and I know about how it sits there in your soul. I know about that. I'm not telling you nothing I haven't done. And when you finish, you taking a deep breath, and it's like, oh my gosh, I should have did this 5 years ago. I should have did this 2 years ago. But again, whatever it be, remember you gotta sit in it. Good or bad. Good or bad. You gotta sit in it. But at least you got that conversation going. At least you got that conversation going. What? The first time my dad told me he loved me was 46 and I am 49. Okay. Now honestly, son, you gotta give him some grace. Because I'm gonna still go right back to it. Was he taught that? Was he in a household? Was he in a household where he even heard his mother or father tell one another, "I love you, babe. Have a good day at work," and they see he seeing them kiss one another? Was he in that kind of household, or was he in a household where mom and dad in there? They ain't hardly talking to one another. Everybody sit at the kitchen table eating, but ain't nobody talking. Ain't nobody conversate. Get up, clean the kitchen up, and ain't nobody talking. What kind of household was he in, and what did he see? You won't know until you ask. You can't give something that you wasn't given to you, that you won't see, that you never seen. See, just like you got a household where mom and daddy showing affection to one another, mom and dad, I like this right here. Mom and dad cooking, and dad might come in there and pop that thing right quick, and the kids be like, "Ooh," they be like, "This is my wife, I love this woman." See, they seeing that, but they like, "Ooh, you doing that to mama?" Yeah, pop. That's funny, but the kids is seeing that affection. They seeing that. They seeing how dad or mama do one another in front of them. That why be going. Oh, they kiss you. Ooh, ma, you kissing that? Yeah. See, they seeing that. But if they was in the household, none of that never was done. They don't know what no affection is. They don't know what affection is. They never seen it. They never witnessed it happen. Let's be real now. They don't know. Thank y'all for being in here. I thought love came with you being his seed. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some gravy in it. Let me tell you something. Let's just keep it 100 now. Keep 100. Because I can be I'm my daddy's seed, but that don't mean he has to love me. Now, let me go on and just go on and put it on out there. And I feel like a lot of them times where it's detachment, it's because the mother or the father really did not want the child. So now we got attachment going now. Disattachment. They detach from one another. Prime example. Just like when a woman have postpartum, okay? And this is serious. This is what I'm getting ready to say now. That's what goes on with a woman when she has postpartum, where her baby laying there crying and she don't feel no connection to it. Not to it, him or her. I ain't mean to say it, but she don't feel no connection to her baby. at all. But she don't understand why. She don't feel no connection. She don't feel the love. She's not. But see, that's postpartum. Same thing with that man. That man got this child, this daughter or this son, but they don't feel no connection to it. And the reason, a lot of the reason is, let's just be 100. Let's keep 100. Because they wasn't ready to be a father. Now I'm mad because you're here. You're here. I wasn't ready to be a father. I feel like I'm being forced to be a father. Now I'm going on about or forced to be a mother. Now I'm going on about my business. And sort of act like you don't even exist. Mothers do that. Fathers do that. It don't automatically come with love because I'm my daddy's seed. Mm-mm. It's what the circumstances. But I hope it's the circumstances surrounding that. Because a lot of women and men, they get mad when they find a girl be like, wait a minute, you what? Oh no, you ain't have this baby, and they really mad. Now only thing they doing is fixing it now, get it all set up in their heart and soul where they can start having detachment. That's all. Because I'm mad at you because I told you I didn't want no baby. And you determined you gonna have it. So I tell you what, you raise him or her by yourself. You raise him or her by yourself. I just Mm-mm. But later they get their heads turned on, screwed on right, and they start trying to reach out. That's where the tough conversation come in there. Mm-hmm. These were my childhood thoughts. What? Wow. Wow. Yeah. Hey, Thelma. Thelma Daniels, thank you, my love, for are you Thelma? I think you're new. I think now. If you are, thank you for being in here. I can't put my glasses on. Thank you for being in here. Spring and please continue to come. But yes, you will be surprised that person is upset now. Detachment starts right then when they mad because they found out now you old, so now you done had the baby. But didn't I tell you I wasn't ready to be a mother? Or the woman don't want to be a mother. But the man gonna make her have the baby. She's scared of him, so to speak. He making her have the baby. Now, here come resentment now. See, cause the circumstances. But now, here's where it becomes different. When the mama found out she pregnant, the man found out she pregnant. Really? Oh my gosh! What? You really gonna have? We gonna have a baby? Yeah, we having a baby. See, the circumstance is totally different now because everybody's on one accord. I hope this making sense. Everybody's on one accord. Okay, that's a different circumstances. Now we both eye to eye with it. Now we good. Now we telling everybody we get ready to plan our baby shower. We good. Different circumstances. Now when that boy or girl is born, now here comes the attachment now. Oh my God, look at my daughter. Oh my God, she look just like me. The man looking at his son. Oh, look at my son. Oh yeah, he's me. He mine. He mine. You see what I'm saying? So proud. Different circumstance. Not being forced. Not being pushed. Not being made. This is something that was done together. This is something that was done together. I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. I put my social worker hat on now. I hope I'm making sense. But this is something that was done together. Now we don't have this attachment now. We got attachment now. We got this love now. Where my son at? Where my daughter at? I got some stuff for them. I brought them some clothes and stuff. Now they're gonna come all around and pick you up and all that. The circumstance was totally different, depending on that circumstance. What made that man and that woman run away? But again, that word called why. Gotta ask. You gotta ask. What the Emma say? You're welcome. I will. Thank you, my love. Make sure you following me and my profile page, Angela Johnson. Okay, make sure you following me. But yes, you gotta find a way. How grandma used to say, put your big drawers on and have that conversation. It's time. See, because your soul gonna keep turning. It's gonna keep right on turning and spinning and turning and spinning until you get it out of the back of your mind. I'll give you another example. Let me say this, so y'all understand. You know how this is an example. Let's say you got some bad news. The doctor told you some bad news, right? Yeah, I'm go there. The doctor told you some bad news. Now, for 6 months, you've been holding that bad news. You ain't told nobody. But what's going on with you is your mind is all over the place. You can't hardly think straight. You can't hardly remember stuff. Stumbling over your words. Forget stuff you're supposed to be doing at home. Husband or wife done told you to do stuff, you're forgetting about it. Your mind is all up. You forgetting appointments. Do you know why? Because you are what you call preoccupied. Your mind is preoccupied. Right back up in there, what that doctor done said. And you ain't said nothing to nobody. You holding it. And it's about to run you crazy. Same thing with that reason why. Got you all over the place. Tossing and turning probably. You got to know why. I hope, like I said, I'm hoping I'm helping somebody. Thank y'all for being in here. I love y'all. I think I might give away something. But you gotta have that conversation. You gotta do it. A lot of us, y'all watching live or gonna watch the replay, going through something similar to that, where you want to know why this, why that, and you just been so scared to ask. It's not time for that no more. Life is too short. And tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. See, I'm still looking at the fact that when you sitting down, two grown people, see, you're grown now, and you can have a decent, respectful conversation. You can have it. But again, be ready for your answer. Because it might knock the wind out of you. But just know, if it knocked the wind out of you, you got what you asked for. Now you can move on. But you still got to decide what you want to do with the answer. Especially if it knocked the wind out of you. And usually the truth, it will do that. Knock the wind out of you. But you still got to sit there in it. And deal with it. But that thing called why, it will have your mind all over the place. Because it's still sitting there. I hope I'm helping somebody. What Miss Daniel said? I am enjoying it because it's real. Yes, it is reality. The show was, Do You Know Your Mother's Story? When you get a chance, Miss Daniel, can you please watch the replay? And then I just got on after I finished the show. I just got on the soapbox. I do that sometimes. I do that sometimes. But see, a lot of times I talk from my social worker background as well. I feel that coming out sometimes. I do. But you gotta make sure that you're understanding your father or your mother's story. And I'm going to say this again. It's some children right now going through this, going through that, not having no affection. They're not being told I love you before they go to bed at night. They're being dropped off at school and don't even say have a good day, baby. Or not even being told why they getting dressed, why they being dressed. You know mama love you, right? And I want you to have a good day. You go to school today. You don't let nobody steal your joy today, baby. You go to school to have a good day today. See, they're not told that because the mother or father don't know. That's not what they saw in their household. That's not what they, that's not. Again, I'm going to go right back to it. How can I show that to you when I haven't seen it myself? And I said this before. If you looking in the mirror or if you driving, you riding in your car, and you that thought that came across your mind, oh my God, I'm beginning to act just like my daddy. Oh, I'm beginning to act just like my mama. It's a reason. Why are you saying that about yourself? What is about yourself that you done noticed? Come on now. Let's get there. What is about yourself that you done noticed? That you done picked up on? That have you to say to yourself, wait a minute, I'm beginning to act just like my mama. Like I said a few minutes ago. It's a reason for that. It's a reason that thought come if it comes across your mind and it keep coming across your mind. It's a reason. It's a reason. See, because what's going on with a lot of us is going by what our mother showed us. Now we're doing it to our children. That's why it's coming across your mind. I'm beginning to act just like my mom. Oh, I gotta do something about this. That's why. See, now what we're doing, we're doing what my mother did to us, to our children. Not showing them affection, barely want to go to the school for them. You know, yeah. It's mothers that's like that now. It really is. Don't want to go to the school for the children. But just to spend them, I ain't going to pick them up. See, because that's what they seen in their household. Their mother did them. Didn't want to come to the school for them. Didn't care about against the spending, none of that. They'll sit them down and have that conversation about how school is important, blah 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 blah. As a black child, how school is important. How you got as a black young man, you got to make sure that you have your eyes crossed and teeth. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Teeth crossed, eye crossed. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You got to make sure you do that. They don't have that conversation. But then there are some that does, because that's the household they was in. They used to well, I'm coming upstairs, go on run the bath water. I'm gonna come in there and tuck you in. I'm gonna come in there and read a quick story to you. Whether the child 9 years old, 10 years old, so what? That's what that child wants. That's what that child looks for. And we're doing it because this is what our mother taught us. But if you're not doing that, that child is feeling neglected. I bet you some child probably sat and told their little friend at school they got some new shoes or something, and probably seen them Jordans. So, ooh, you got some pretty shoes. I sure wish my mama gone and get me a pair. She been saying she gonna get me a pair for the past 2 or 3 years, and she ain't got me a pair of Jordans yet. That kind of stuff. Okay? But now, here's the mama that you grew up with. Okay, let's get ready to go down. Let's go shopping. Let's get these shoes for you. Now I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. Y'all see what I'm talking about? I hope this helping somebody. Let me read. I greatly appreciate you tonight. I am leaving a moment today. I'm having a moment today. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, my love. It's okay. I'm actually thinking about doing a ain't no think about it. I am gonna do it. Even though y'all know me, but I'm thinking about doing a get to know me part 2, where I come live and I let y'all ask me questions. Next month, I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about doing that. But it's okay. I'm having a moment. It's okay. But see, those moments, they are coming for a reason. Those moments that you be having, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it was one day last week, they are coming for a reason. See, remember I said about having unresolved, unresolved. We're going to keep having them moments when something is in us is just not resolved yet. Remember I said how it's still in the back of your head that what the doctor said, you ain't said nothing, you know what I mean? How your mind all over the place. You get somewhere, you probably tearing all up, crying to yourself. That's a moment that I'm having. All because I'm still holding something for the past 6 months in the back of my head. I've been holding what the doctor said. They ain't said that nobody. I'm just on my mind all over the place. Yeah, have them kind of moments. That's because it's unresolved. I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. You'll be surprised. Once you do what you got to do and get answers like you want to get from daddy, mama, or anybody that wrong you, whatever, it's going to feel like 200 elephants done came off your chest because it's sitting right there. It's sitting right there in your soul. And see that thing we got that soul that we have. See, it'll start stirring up. And you'll know when it starts stirring up. You'll know. Because that's the time when you can't hardly think straight. A day comes, some days, and you can't hardly think straight. Your soul's stirring. Still back in the back of your head, though. Now my soul's stirring up. That's one of them days. That's one of them days. That's one of them days. See, I remember you saying, I done heard you say that so many times. That feeling right there, I feel like I've lost both parents. Let me see how to say this. How the feeling of loss, the second parent, is a feeling. Let me see. It's a feeling that I'm trying to be delicate with it. It's because you said you feel like you've lost both parents. That feeling is because the other one wasn't there. Wasn't there. So you're going to always have an empty void sitting right there. Wasn't there. Wasn't there. Wasn't there. Gone. There, but not there. Wasn't there. Wasn't there. Saying I'm going to come and pick you up. Don't show up. Wasn't there. Saying we're going to go out to eat. Saying I'm going to bring you some clothes by at 8 o'clock. Don't show up. Wasn't there. That's a loss. And that's a void. That's a void. That's a void. And that's hollowing the word hollowing your soul. That's a void. That is a void. Because they weren't there. They weren't there. That's why that feeling is like that. Because you know in your gut and your mind they weren't there. So I've lost both. There, but not there. Did I hit it on the head? Did I get you all right? There you go. There you go, right there. Absolutely. A product of an absent father. Didn't I tell you? Oh, we're going to have a good conversation next month. Ooh-wee. Ain't we chill? Well, would I'm going to be up there, but you're going to be handling all of that. And I'll just have my couple questions, but yeah, an absent father. Exactly. Exactly. That's a void. That's a void. Same way a woman feel or a little girl feel when she know her mama live down the street with that man and them other children, but she don't even come and see me. Now I got a void in my heart because there got my mama right down there and she don't even come and see me. And she know I'm here. She know I'm right down the street. Pass by with the man and the children, but don't even come and pick me up. Absent, the way absent father, absent mother. And people that's walking around with voids in their life, man, oh man, a lot of uncertainty. See, where you done beat the odds, where you done beat the odds is where you didn't go down those serious wrong paths. You didn't do that. And God was protecting you. You didn't do that. Being the only child. And my mama is the only child. She's the only child. And she used to tell me she wished she had a sister or brother that she could pick the phone. That's why she get mad at us now, because me and a couple of my sisters, we not even speaking like that. We don't. And she always tell me, no, y'all need to stop that, because y'all know what? I wish I had a sister or brother I could pick the phone up at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, girl, or whatever. She said, I can't do that. And sometimes she used to cry when she would tell me that, how she wished she had a brother or sister. And I know, Chill, you can relate to that. You can relate to that. Not having a brother or sister. But what you had was a village. You had a village that was sort of kind of. See, cause let me say this now. Uncles ain't gonna make up for being a void for a daddy. They there. They'll show you the rope. But it's nothing like having that dad or that mama there. It's nothing like having that daddy showing you how to put that worm on that hook. Fishing. How to cast that spinning rod out there and bring that bass in. Dad is showing you how to do that. Yeah, uncle can do it. But it will mean so much more when dad or mama. See, cause mamas know how to fish too. Cause I know I love to fish, y'all. Yes, I do. Love to fish. Throw my rod out. We got a boat. Oh yeah, be all out there. I'm gonna go live. We take the boat out. If I could do it on water, I will find out. But I love to fish. But it's nothing. Don't mean no. It doesn't mean. It means more when daddy or mama is showing you how to put that rod, showing how you put the rod together, period. Showing you how to tie a tie. Dad is showing you how to do that. Or mama's showing you how to do that. Because now I don't know how to tie a tie, y'all. I'll be very honest. I don't. I don't. I don't know how to tie a tie. I don't. Right? That's why I used to buy my son them clip-on ones. It's the truth, y'all. It's the truth. I used to buy my son them clip-on ones. I sure did. I did not know how to tie a tie. But it's nothing like dad is showing you. It's nothing like daddy being there on your wedding day and helping you get dressed. Uncle is okay. Uncle is okay. But it's nothing like daddy doing that. That's a whole different feeling that you're gonna have in your body when you got your daddy there helping you do that. So that's why that absent parent void is not a joke. It's not a joke. It damages children. from childhood to adulthood. Absent parent. It damages children from their childhood to being grown. It does. It does. It leaves a void. It does. And I'm not going to sit here and try to make it seem like it don't, because it does. Same thing with a mother. Absent mother. Mother got hooked on drugs out there. Not saying she don't love the child. She just dealing with something right now. But that child don't understand it. That child just know when she with grandma and she ride around, she see her mama out there. Booty shorts on. She see her mother. And she's probably wondering why my mama don't want me. Why I can't be with my mama. Absent mother too. Also puts a void in you. It does. Nothing like on your wedding day, ladies, you got your mama in there fixing your veil, fixing your dress, telling you how beautiful you are. You make a beautiful bride. You see what I'm saying? Nothing like that coming out of your mother mouth. But when they're not there, they're not there. Yes, you can have a village to help you. You can have ladies and men around, but it's still not like having that mother or that father there. It means it's so much different feeling. Let me know if I'm wrong. Your village, that's right. To God be the glory for my village. Yes. And back then, I wish we had villages now for our generation now that's coming up. We need it so bad. We need it so bad. Now, villages try to help out. The folks going there fussing them out. Why you say so and so? Why you call yourself fussing my child out? Because, see, you can't do that now. Some places you still can. Some neighborhoods it's okay with you putting that child in check. But you got some knocking on at your door. Why you say... Man, it takes a village. It takes a village. It takes a village to do that. It really does. I hope I'm helping somebody tonight. Like I said, I didn't mean to get all on my soapbox like I have. I didn't mean to do that, but when it started coming to me, I just start talking. Hey, okay, Miss Davis. Let me see what Miss Daniel said. Thank you, Miss Daniel, for your comment. Let's see. Some generations are a repeat because they don't know any better. I am a children's book author. The DP kids, the diverse posse kids. Oh, that's okay. Okay. It gives kids a positive outlook and a knowledge of knowing they are unique and not a duplicate. Come on now. You better tell it. God created us all unique, and we don't have to remain in the same cycle as our mom and dad. But in order to make the change, we had to be taught with love and patience from the village. There we go. Awesome comment. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're so right about that. Yes, ma'am. You're so right about that. And Miss Daniels, let me say this. And I always tell people, if it's a topic that you would like to talk about and come and be a co-host with me or a guest with me, I'm going to send you my registration link, okay? Now, what I like for people to do is register. I read over everything that you got, and I'm going to contact you. We're going to have our consultation. And when you feel like you're ready to get booked next in June or July, because I'm booking for June, July, and August now, and September, as a matter of fact. You, like I said, you got a topic you want to talk about, and you want to be the guest up here so we can talk, or a co-host so we can talk. Fine, fine, okay. I'm gonna send you my registration link. Okay, I'm gonna send you my registration link. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. And I appreciate you being in here. Thank you, Chill. Miss Daniels. Yes, I'd be glad to have her up here as long as she want to. As long as she want to, it's fine with me. Y'all see my flowers back there? Those my Mother's Day flowers. They dying, y'all. They dying. But it's okay. I'm going to keep them up there. I'm going to keep them up there. I sure am. I did a live when my daughter surprised me the day after Mother's Day because she admitted, she said, "Well, I parted a little bit too much." That's why she was late. She came the next day, and I was out here doing a live and I let everybody see what she had gave me. But I told her it was okay. As long as she came and gave Mama something. You see what I'm saying? But yes. All right, y'all. Chill. Get your 4 guys plus you. I'm going to send you the link for them to register. Um, and we need to go ahead on and find who the 4 people going to be. All of that. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead on and send you the link so they can register, right? And then, cause you know, on the thing, it has a picture that they want me to put on the flyer. So I can go ahead on and get that flyer on and popping um, this week or weekend or next week. Okay, because it's on the 11th. It's on the 12th. It's on the 12th. Okay? It's on the 12th. It's that Friday. So we can go ahead and get that on and pop it. All right? And I'm going to look at how I can, because I think it's a way where I can have you co-host and you can work the buttons. Oh, hush, Google. See how knows the Google is? I think it's a way that I can have I'm gonna look into the software. Um and you can work the buttons just like I can work the buttons. You know, like I let you bring the people up, hit the button to bring them up and all of that, Like I said, I'm gonna have some couple questions to ask, but it's mainly gonna be you hosting it. Okay? We're gonna let y'all know what we're talking about. Okay? We're gonna let y'all know what we're talking. Something real good coming, y'all, the 12th of next month. Okay? But all right, y'all. I am getting ready to go in the house. I was gonna stay out here and do me a cup of tea. Oh, let me tell y'all this. How about, I don't know if y'all seen my video I did with let them know me driving up and getting out of my car. How about on Instagram? It's at 930 something thousand views already, and on TikTok it's at just about 400 and some thousand on TikTok. Now the thing with that is, I'm gonna share this with y'all. Then I'm gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna get paid for it because Instagram is a subsidiary of, y'all know how to talk, of Facebook. And Facebook right now, Carter said, took my monetization from me September because they said their technology, see, they depend on AI, their technology failed me in the vetting process. Now, how the vetting process, I've been up here since 2008 with the same bank account that I'm always using, same card that I'm always using. Never changed anything. Never had no problem getting paid from Facebook. None of that. So they got all my stuff on. They was holding $500 some dollars. They had me to forfeit. I had to forfeit that because I so-called failed the vetting process. They don't know when it's gonna be lifted. So that's why y'all see me with my Cash App down there. That's why. So I really don't think I'm gonna get paid. Even it's at 13,000 on Facebook, but you know, like I said, Instagram and Facebook is sort of cousins or related or something, and I don't think I'm gonna get paid. I don't think I'm gonna get paid. Now TikTok I will. TikTok I will. But it's at 900. It's at 900 and something. It's at 930 something views now. Let me check now. This was yesterday. This was yesterday that I checked on Instagram. So your girl about to go viral again. And y'all know out in 2025 I went viral twice. See, that's the money they holding. They're talking about I forfeit that because their technology single me out. I'm not Bobby, I'm not Angela Johnson. Are you kidding me? But the thing of it is, their process says if a person fails the vetting process, you Meta supposed to ask me to upload a picture of my real ID and my PayPal information. That's what their process says to do. Nobody never asked me none of that. And I brought that up when I talked with support. I've been talking to support since September. I call them every now. I inbox them every now and then. But can't nobody tell when it's gonna be lifted. Can't nobody tell when it's gonna be lifted. And they were talking about it might be 2 years from now. I'm like, what? So I'm not gonna worry about that. But any money I get is being forfeited. It's being taken. They getting it. In other words. And how about y'all? I did my research. I went on Google. It's somebody that I'm actually following. They got 1 million followers, right? I just watched their live about 3 or 4 months ago. They going through the same thing. They don't supposed to be who he is. His name is. They holding all his money. Yes. And then I went on Google and put that in. It's so many people that is dealing with this right now. Money being forfeited. And that means they taking the money. They taking the money. That's what that means. That's what that means. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what that means. Okay, it's at 936,000 and something views. I don't know if y'all can see it. So y'all won't think I'm lying. There it is right there. If y'all haven't seen it, it's on my Instagram. I did a video off the song Let 'Em Know. But anyway, that's why y'all should be seeing. Thank you. Thank you. That's why y'all be seeing my donation. It's not like I'm begging for money. So I see everybody. I said, I'm gonna put my Cash App down there because I was getting stars and all of that. I get them, but they're not gonna give me the money because I'm getting stars, but I can't. It's not even gonna come to me. Yeah, yeah. Isn't that something? Their technology vetted. Then oh man, that crap. But I will be okay. Well, that's why y'all be seeing my Cash App. That's why. Until I don't know when they're gonna lift it, I don't even know. I don't even know. And like I can't keep worrying about it because it is what it is. I'm getting ready to hit 1 million over here, but I know I'm not gonna get paid. I'm not gonna get paid. I'm not, but it's okay. I get paid in other ways. Y'all keep going and buying my book. I purchased it and supporting me. I really appreciate that. And my book is Miss Thelma. It's called From Being Terrified of Menopause to Embracing It and Becoming the Woman That I Am Today. And I have 2 journals that I just released 3 weeks ago. And I have my Sip, Reflect, and Rise 3-piece glassware. You get a wine glass, the little small wine glass, and a mug, okay, with the words Sip, Reflect, and Rise on it. I have that, and my books are on lulu.com, okay. I took it off of Amazon because Amazon was causing too many issues for me. I haven't had one issue with Lulu.com. I haven't. My journals are called Unfiltered Thoughts. I have a black paperback one, the regular edition, and I have the special edition. That's the white hardcover one. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it over the description where each link where you can go. And I have an ebook as well. It's also available. My book is also available on ebook. Okay. No, it was on Amazon, but I took my stuff off because Amazon was causing too many problems for me. Too many. Too many. I have not had one issue with Lulu.com. And I'm getting ready to get involved with two more publishers as well. I'm getting ready to do that. But no, I took it off Amazon. I don't trust them. I can't trust them now. I can't. They cause too many problems for me. I'm scared to trust them again. I can't. I just can't. I had to refund a lot of money when my book first came out. I had to refund over $300 some dollars. Yeah, because of issues, mistakes that Amazon made, won't on me. So when I realized that, I said, okay, let me take my stuff off. But it's on Lulu.com, and you go in and put from being terrified of menopause, it's gonna come up. Or if you go in and search for unfiltered thoughts, it's gonna come up. My journal's gonna come up, okay? But thank y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging in here with me. I didn't mean to be on my soapbox this long, but it is what it is. All right. Thank y'all so much. Y'all know I love you. I may come back. I might come back tomorrow and do a live on something. And I'll let y'all know what it is. I know what it is, but I can say it right now. I'll put a flyer up tomorrow if I decide to come back sometime tomorrow early and do it. I might or might not, okay? I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Cause it's what time is it here? It's 12:30 here, y'all. So it means it's 9:30 in California. But anyway, I'm ready to go in the house and eat me a chicken salad sandwich this late at night. Sure is. All right. Y'all have a good